What's good, YouTube? So today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to recharge your car's AC system fast and easy. uh, you will need one of these recharge kits right here. This is the hose is from an AC Pro kit that came with a black bottle. That's the one I recommend, but that one I already ran out of. So just for a demonstration of this video, I bought this can by itself since I already had the coupler and the hose. And this is straight refrigerant. The AC Pro ones come with like stop leaks and all kinds of goodies in the can to prolong your AC system. But anyways, I don't need none of that right now. But yeah, that kit is the best, but it's also one of the most expensive. But anyways, well yeah, let's go over a few things before we get started. First of all, this video is for how to recharge your car's AC system if you have R134 freon in your vehicle. And the way you can find that out, there's sometimes a sticker down here, or sometimes it's up here. And in my case, I believe it's up here. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. Yeah, there it is right there. See, on my car it says it has 134A, and it tells you the amount that it needs is 19 ounces. So anyways, so yeah, so you make sure you have R134A, and after that, you find your pressure ports. Your car should have a low pressure port and a high pressure port. In my example right here, my caps, this is my low pressure port, and it has the nail to it, and my there you go, and my high pressure port has an H on it. But if yours don't have those letters on it, an easy way you can tell is you track your compressor. You follow the pipes, and the thickest pipe is gonna be your low pressure port. As you can see here, this is my thick pipe. That's the low pressure. That's my skinny pipe right there, and that's the high pressure. And another good thing about these DIY kits is that this coupler here will only fit to the low pressure side port, so you'll be good. But anyway, so I'm gonna show y'all how you do it, because when I turn, the way you do it is first, of course, you got to turn your car on, put your AC knobs all the way. Well, let's go inside and show you guys that part. So yeah, for example, here you want it max AC. You want it all the way to the highest fan possible, so number 4. And of course, you want that recirculation light to be on. Anyways, but yeah, that's all the stuff you want to do. You want to have your car on, all this turned on all the way, your AC all the way full blast. And just for extra measures, I have myself a little thermometer that lets me know what temperature my vehicle's in. I just keep it in case I start feeling hot. This lets me know my AC is not working right, or I'm losing charge. Yeah, because I mean, basically, your car running, like just in a stoplight, it should be about, I'd say, at least 65, and then running at 45, or even better numbers than that. But yeah, anyways, but yeah, another thing I wanted to say, like I said, you take this off, and this coupler, you push up on this knob, and basically you just push down, and you'll hear it pop. And then, like I said, give it a little tug just to make sure it's on there right. Okay, now let's look at this gauge real quick. Now, as you can see on this gauge, it's on the red, and the reason that is because, like I said, the car is off completely, the compressor's off, so of course that reading is gonna be high, but that doesn't matter. The reading matters when your car is on and your compressor is turning down there. Okay, so basically on this, let's get that focus. If it's in the white, I mean, of course you're low. If it's in the green, you're good. Yellow, you're overboard. You don't want to go in the yellow. And red, there's a problem, and you need to get it serviced by a professional. If indeed your compressor's turning and you're on the red, you better turn that car off. Anyways, right now the temperature here in Texas is 87 degrees. So 87 degrees. Some of these sometimes have the little temperature thing right there, but mine does not have it, unfortunately. So basically what I did was get online and looked up an AC pressure chart, and it told me that at 87 degrees you're supposed to have 45 to 55 pressure on this gauge here. So yeah, but anyways, that's enough talking. Let's go turn the car on, and I'll show you guys the process. And also, when you're charging this up, you're supposed to turn this back and forth and check it every few seconds. So, but yeah, let's go inside and check it out. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna turn the car on. You're not gonna be able to hear me much, so I'm probably not gonna talk. I'm just gonna show you guys, and we're gonna see that that gauge go up as we add freon. So let's get it. Alright, like I said, guys, I have it on full blast, max AC, circulation is on. So yeah, let's go outside and finish the job. Oh yeah, and one more thing, you do want to have your doors open when you're charging up your freon. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to do is check if our compressor is turning. And of course it is not turning because this thing is way too low, and it's just a safety measure that your compressor shuts off when it's too low. So yeah, let's start pumping some in. And you want to shake the can up, and you're going to press that trigger. We're about 40 psi, but as you can see, that needle keeps creeping down because I have a big leak in my condenser. And as you can see, compressor is turning, the clutch. So that's what we want. We want that compressor clutch to be turning. Alright guys, so we're about 45 psi, so that's what we want. Like I said, 45 to 50. So yeah, let's go inside and check the vents. Let's check it out. Alright, so right now we're pushing about 80 degrees. But like I said, that pressure keeps creeping down because I have a big leak in my condenser. These cars are known to do that, this 4G Eclipse. You know, it has a big opening in the front, so that's why rocks and chips can get into it. But yeah, I'm sitting about 80 degrees. I'd say that's the best this AC system is gonna work until I replace that AC condenser. So yeah guys, after that, just take that hose off, replace your cap, and you should be good to go. But yeah, stay tuned. On my next video, I'm probably gonna replace that condenser, and I'll show you guys how to do that. But yeah, God bless you guys, and I hope you guys subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you next time.